What's the world, everybody? This is your boy, the Sports Doctor Spock, Mickey Coleman from the Make It Bike Love podcast, coming at you with another video with Mr. Jake Paul. As we all know, November 15th down in Arlington, Texas, I believe, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will be having a professional fight. They're gonna get it on November 15th. Paul, who is a 27-year-old fighter and YouTuber, and with over 20 million subscribers on YouTube, will face Mike Tyson, who at 20 years old was the youngest man ever to be the world heavyweight boxing champion. So go ahead, Mr. Paul, without any further ado, let's hear what you have to say about the fight. Look how beautiful the stadium is. I guess this was right before, this looks like pregame warm-ups for the Dallas Cowboys. Look how nice that looks.
The one and only Jake Paul. We're officially 2 months out from your fight with Mike Tyson. How are you feeling?
It's just crazy. It's surreal to be here in Dallas, to see this atmosphere, and to know that me and Mike are going to sell this place out, and there's going to be a ring at center field 2 months from now, and we're going to war, so it's really cool.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, first time. Insane.
What is your impressions? Like, can you visualize yourself in the middle with like the crowd going crazy?
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. You know, it's bigger than I thought, so it's pretty crazy. And yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take it all in and just seize the moment and harness all the energies. And it's probably gonna be the.
I hope now it's not too overwhelming, because you're going to go in there with a guy who still has every bit of the power he had when he was young. He might not have the movement, although he looks pretty quick to me, but he has all the power that he's ever had. So hopefully you're used to the crowd. I know you're not camera shy. It's probably just that live crowd. You're a YouTuber with 20 million subscribers, so camera shyness isn't going to be... You're not going to be overwhelmed by the cameras. Go ahead.
The craziest night of my life.
You know, Tyson's here also.
Seems pretty humble.
He's going to do some wonderful things to you. He said he's been training so hard that he can barely walk, but that he's going to be perfect in about 2 months.
Face.
What is your training regimen like right now?
How are you He's not taking his eyes off of him.
I'm feeling really good. You know, I've been staying active this whole entire past year.
And see, that's another thing. Mike hasn't been fighting, and this guy has. He's been in a ring with maybe fighters past their prime, but one MMA fighter he was in the ring with. And maybe the Marquise of Queensberry rules helped him in this fight. He actually knocked out. So, let's see. I'm a little concerned about the age difference here, 57 and 27. But it would only take one punch from Mike, to be honest. But that's the same thing with Paul. So you know, this fight should be interesting, and it's kind of, I don't know why, but it's hard for me to call. Maybe because my heart don't want to really, as much as I love Mike, I don't really want to see him lose. But I'm thinking a 57-year-old fighting a 27-year-old. It could be, or in any type of athletic competition with a 27-year-old and you're 57 years old and you're both pro athletes. I still don't think it's...
Year, 4 fights in a year, so I'm in shape, I'm ready, I'm sharp, and we're starting camp here in the next week, and we'll have a good 7-week camp, and I'll be ready November 15th to knock him out.
You know, this will be his first fight in 2 decades. He's 58, you're 27. He said, gone on record saying that this fight isn't about the money for him, that he wants to show that he's still got a little something. Yeah. For you, why does this fight make sense for you?
It's the biggest fight ever. You know, it's on Netflix, free for people to watch, the biggest streaming platform, the biggest name in the sport of boxing, Mike Tyson.
Listen to how he sells this. This is why he's such a great YouTuber. This is the biggest fight ever. It's the biggest fight right now. This shit ain't Ali Frazier with 2 professionals in their prime. This is a guy, and I want to take nothing away from him because he's learned a lot and has become a pretty good boxer in just those 4 years. kind of, we'll call him a pro boxer, but just starting pro boxing against a 57-year-old who was a beast at one time, but he's 57 years old now. This ain't Ali Frazier with two trained professional boxers in their prime fighting. But, this still should be a pretty good fight. And I don't want to take nothing away from these two gentlemen, but to say this is the biggest fight ever, no. No. Go ahead.
It's an honor to step in there with a legend and something I'll be able to brag to my kids about one day. And, for me, it's all about creating history and making big events.
What does it mean to you to be on such a big platform? Because you're not just a pro boxer, you're a YouTuber, you have over 20 million subscribers. The impact that you're having on the younger generation right now, what does that mean to you to be able to have that kind of impact?
Yeah, that's part of my whole story of why I want to become world champion in boxing is to show younger kids that you can do anything that you set your mind to. When I first came into boxing, they said he's not going to make it, he's never going to become anything, he sucks.
Right. He has come a long way in 4 years. He's gotten way better than most adults get when you start boxing at an older age. That's not something, and that tells me something about his athleticism too. Boxing is not something that you pick up late. It's something you start when you're around 6 years old, 7 years old. If you're lucky, you start as a teenager and you become really good. But he did it as pretty much a fully grown man. He had to be like 22 years old when he first started professionally boxing. But I believe he's probably had some training before when he was younger. I don't know. But go ahead, finish it up, Jake. Go see what you gotta say.
Sucks. He's a YouTuber, and then in the span of
You can do
4.5
whatever you
years,
put your mind to.
I've risen to the top of the sport.
I am not a dream killer.
By the 6-year mark, I will be world champion, and so it's a message to kids out there.
And see, he has aspirations of being a boxing world champion in the heavyweight division. So if that will be is to be accurate, he should have no problem with Mike Tyson Friday, November 15th. Because this isn't really Mike. You were a great fighter, but Mike is 57 years old, and right now he's not really a stepping stone to a world championship fight. He's just not. He's not a contender. He's not an active boxer no more. He looked damn good in the gym. I can't do all that shit he was doing. And I'm not even close to 57. I'm 45, and all that shit Mike be doing. This thing. Somebody give me some water. Shit.
That within 6 years you can go from not knowing how to throw a punch to the best in the world at something, and they should take that and put it into their own lives as well.
Did you have a chance to talk to Jerry Jones yet?
No, we haven't met. I think we're meeting today.
You're a businessman. He's a businessman. And he's one of the best. He owns the most valuable franchise. What do you think that will be like to just be?
Yeah, him meeting Jerry Jones. That would be pretty cool. I'd like to meet Jerry Jones one day just to say that I met him. But
able to converse with a guy like that, because you have a lot of big time goals too, I would assume.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
he
great.
Just said he wanted to be a
hopefully
boxing world champion. Of course,
words of wisdom, and it's inspirational to see what he's built and the vision he's had, and turning this franchise into the biggest one is absolutely insane and just cool.
Look at Tom Brady right there, talking to Jerry Jones.
Be here.
You're from Cleveland. You're a Browns fan. I'm sorry about that season opener a week ago. Are you a Cowboys hater?
No, I don't know. I love the Browns, obviously, but it's always tough being a Browns fan growing up because they just never really win. I know there's a lot of Cowboys haters, and I'm just not one of them.
Last question for you. November 15th, why are you going to win? Why are you going to take this fight here on this stage?
I believe I'll just be the better athlete, the sharper boxer, more prepared, and I'm going to have better footwork, more speed, and box him on the outside, pick him apart, and he's not going to be able to handle my power.
Yeah, see, the thing about that, Jake, I believe you probably are the better athlete right now. And if you don't believe he can handle your power, can you handle his? I mean, this is one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight boxing history. Will you be able to handle his power as well? I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think about this fight? I'm having a hard time picking a winner, as you can hear my voice, because I'm torn in two different directions. Logic says that Jake Paul should be able to win. Logic, but my heart, Tyson, Tyson, Tyson. So let me come back to y'all and be right back in the middle. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to watch this fight on Netflix, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe this video, and I'll be talking to you guys a little bit later. Take care.